Hey Maggie, you gonna show yourself? See if I can put the chat on. That way, if you wanna talk to me without talking to me, you can put it in the comments over there. There you are. So are you gonna stay muted or are you gonna talk to me? You can't hear me? Okay, hold on.
I can hear you now. I had to hit a button.
I can hear you too. Well, that's good because I had no idea what could have possibly been wrong.
It was just me. I had to hit a couple more buttons.
Okay, awesome. How you been?
Been good. Are you there?
Yeah. Hey, Shelly.
Hi, Kimber. Hi, Maggie.
Hi.
Tonight's my first night, Thursday night free in months.
Well, thanks for joining us. So are you done with choir then?
It was Bible study.
Bible study.
So I'm good until the fall. I always take the summer off, so we'll be preparing for finished up Revelation, preparing for Genesis.
Awesome.
Our last CCD class is next week, but we just do it on Wednesdays.
Oh.
Awesome.
Where? There we go. Now I can see everybody. I'm like, why am I only seeing one person? I'm telling you.
Martha, honey, turn on your camera so we can see you.
Come on, Martha.
I shouldn't have my camera on because I've been cleaning all day.
Oh, that's okay.
Martha, honey, you're muted. I love your animation, but we can't hear what you're saying. She's stuck. Her internet is spotty.
Oh. Well, I'm clicking unmute, but she's not allowing herself to be unmuted.
No, I don't think she realizes.
Oh, well. See, the more people we get on, the smaller we all get anyways, and then it doesn't matter what we look like.
Okay, I know you can't hear me well.
Now we can hear you.
Okay, but I'm in the middle of moving laundry from the washer to the dryer.
Good.
Because you're like a smart living thing now, and I have to keep going. I can't just leave my stuff.
Okay, well, no problem.
I can't see it, but mine's piled up right next to me, so I'm just ignoring it for a moment.
Mine's always piled up. Always. Okay, so I'm going to get started because we have a limited amount of time in this meeting room. But thank you guys so much for coming on here. I really appreciate you guys being here. I don't know if you have any idea what an encouragement it is to me just to have people show up. Of course, I don't want you to be here just for that. I want to give you something of value. And so I definitely want feedback or constructive criticism. If there is something more that you are wanting, then I hope you'll let me know so that I can work to give that to you. But so I don't have any slides or anything like that tonight to show you. I really just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what the biggest thing that this business has done for me. And I have to tell you, I am such an introvert. And it's funny because, you know, I don't know about you, but like if you call other people an extrovert, how many times do you do that? And then people say, oh, are you kidding me? I'm such an introvert. So if you're an introvert, raise your hand. If you consider yourself an introvert, raise your hand. Okay, Martha. No, Maggie, not even close. And
nope.
Jocelyn's muted. Is Jocelyn's an extrovert, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Okay. Well, when you are as big of an introvert as I am, then you see everyone else as an extrovert. And I've just kind of come to this conclusion here recently that like you just see everyone else as being really good at dealing with people, and you just see everyone else as really outgoing. But that might not be the case, and that might
outgoing and introvert or extrovert, I don't believe are the same thing. I am not outgoing, but I have no problem dealing with people.
Okay. Well, and that, yeah, I guess there could be different aspects of it. I like people. However, I have always felt very awkward around people. And so I have sort of this fear that makes me not really want to be out around people, even though I love people. Okay, so it's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of like on a scale, I would choose staying home as opposed to going and spending time with people whom I love. Now, getting into this business, what you learn is if you want to reach people and you want to build more relationships with people and you want your business to work, you have to be more relatable and you have to have some personal growth. So what this has done for me is really kind of break me out of my shell and kind of bust me out of these walls and help me to go out into the world and be more with people, which is really important. I'm a Christian. I think you guys are actually all Christians. And we can only do so much right here in our home. When I became a homemaker, I was called to do it. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Love being in my home. I love caring for my kids and my husband and just keeping my house. But it was not necessarily a good thing for me as far as my relationships with people, because I'm very comfortable right here. This is where I want to be. And it really stopped me from going out into the world. And so when I got into this business, I started getting out there again and building relationships with people. And it has been so fantastic to just kind of let go of that fear and let my love for people win. Because my mission is big. My mission is really big. When it comes to what we're doing here and telling people about our products, it is so far beyond, like, I don't want it to sound gimmicky, you know? If I say that I want to help people change their lives, that is like at the very heart of what I'm doing. I've lost people, you know? I mean, people are sick and dying from, most of the time, from things that they're doing to themselves. And as a society, we have no idea. We have no idea that we're killing ourselves with our food and with our totally toxic lives, with the products that we use and all of those things. And that is totally what's at the heart of what I do and why I want to reach people on such a large level. And so if you want to reach people on a bigger level, then you have to become relatable and you have to have some personal growth. And so that's what this has been for me. That's my favorite thing about this business is the personal growth that I've had and the way that I've been able to get out of here and work on my relationships with friends and with people and gain so many more friends. It has just been a fantastic kind of journey. I've just really enjoyed that part of the business. And I hope that out of anything that anybody else gets out of the business, I hope that they gain more of those great friendships and great relationships like I have. So, anybody have anything that they want to interject or after my rambling there?
I love listening to you rambling.
Thank you. And I ramble. So you have to kind of draw me in. But so really, tonight, I don't have any specific agenda. I just really kind of wanted to talk to everybody and just kind of see where they are. And I really want to cater this to the people that are here. And so I knew for sure that Jocelyn and Martha would be here. And so I really just wanted to cater to you guys and help you to get some value out of what we have here on our, monthly business meetings. Martha, for instance, I know that Martha has been working a lot on her like social media aspect of the business. And I have seen that you have been posting some stuff. And so you have been doing fantastic in that. And so I just wanted to tell you good job.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, I did not hear what you said because of course the phone rang.
Oh, that's fine. So
but did you see I did a story?
I did see that you did a story. See, so we're all working on like personal growth and little things that, if you're weak in one area, then that's one of the things that you want to work on. And Martha has been kind of working on like her social media aspect.
And also along with that, I think just me before I wouldn't even really talk about oils, even when oh, you smell good. Well, it's essential oils. Period. And I'm trying to, when someone comments, can you hear me okay?
Yep,
perfect. I see you keep reaching. I'm trying to elaborate, say what it's done for me.
Good job.
Yeah, I've been doing which I have been doing the Good Day protocol now for about a month now. And, hey, I think it helps my mornings go better, blah, 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 So I'm hoping that people aren't, so.
Aren't what? Say it. What? You're hoping they're not what?
They're not thinking I'm being pushy. Salesy.
There's such a fear of that. There is such a fear of coming off as pushy.
And as Debbie told me, drink the Kool-Aid.
We've all drank the Kool-Aid. It's all right.
I have too, and that's okay because I like the Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Can I interject on that comment?
Please.
Yes.
You know how you totally get and how you don't sound like that? So let me ask you this. Do you ever hesitate when you've read a good book or been to a good restaurant or seen a good movie to share that with a friend?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Because I don't have any vested interest.
Right. So here's how you remove that fear of salesmanship. No, do not have a personal attachment to the outcome of what you say. And what I mean by that is if you just share, okay, you put on Joy this morning and you smell really good and someone says, wow, what is that? And you say, oh, it is my joy essential oil. I put it over my heart every morning and it just helps me have a great day. End of story. There was nothing salesy, there's nothing pushy about that. But when you go, oh my gosh, it was my favorite oil and I put it on every day, you really should try it. You know?
Which I don't do because that would freak me out.
Right. So you just give the information, you make your statement, whatever that is, and then you step back. It's like leave them wanting more. Make a statement that makes them ask a question. What is it about that makes it such a great day? Well, it just gives me, it just makes me feel happy, and I don't get so bogged down or disappointed when things don't go the way I want them to. And so, it just makes me feel good, things like that. Just have that conversation, and it's not, don't get into it thinking this may very well be the next rising star. This may be the next person that signs up and gives me what I need to do X, Y, Z. See, when you totally remove that mindset to it, and you're just offering a good or a service or sharing with a friend what something has done for you, then it totally takes that desperation out of the conversation, and no one perceives that as sales.
Absolutely. Good stuff. And I also feel like if you don't let that fear silence you, because you could be missing an opportunity to really help somebody. So if we are constantly in fear of sounding pushy or sounding salesy, then we lose that chance to share with somebody. So I say just stomp on it. I mean, who cares? Just let go of the fear. If you're wanting to talk to somebody about oils, then who cares?
My newest.
What's that?
I was just going to say my newest spiel here lately has been, if anybody says anything about my smells, I got my awesome little car diffuser. I'm like, oh, it's this oil. And if you want to know anything, I do sell it. I can get it for you if you like it that much.
I think
so
that's
far
awesome.
It's not working great, but it's working a little bit. I've had a couple people ask me about certain ones.
I think that's awesome, because I do think that we've gotten into such this like fear. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to tell people that we're selling it. But the problem with that is your friends are going to go to somebody else who they know is selling it. Okay, so it is important to own it. Yes, this is what I do. I sell this. I can get it for you. There's always going to be people who that turns them off because they hate
being confronted.
There's going to be those people, but if they know you and they trust you, I've not lost a single friend. I can tell you that much. I've not lost a single friend because of the fact that I am in a business of sales. So I think it's important to let people know. So good job, Maggie. I think that's fantastic.
Like I said, it hasn't helped me out immensely yet, but we're getting there.
That's another thing too. It is definitely, it can be a really slow process for people. They're figuring it out and they're listening to you. And how many times do you make contact with somebody before you finally get a yes? It can be quite a few. I've had people that have been years.
Remember, it took me a year to get my stuff in gear. So
I do.
I'm not a pusher, but I love to push the information. Yeah,
I think that's great. Everybody's gonna go about it differently too. There's no like solid way, say this, say that. It's just be comfortable with what you're doing. Be comfortable with the fact that if you're deciding that you want to do this as a business, then be comfortable in your own business skin when you talk to somebody. And if you are, then that will come off that way. If you're not, if you're afraid of, should I say this or should I say that? It's going to come off that you are afraid to sell to them. So you have to just be comfortable in your own skin.
Yes. Well, and my biggest thing right now is that I'm still learning so much about the oils that when somebody asks me, I'm constantly having to tell people, okay, I'm not 100% sure, but I can, if you give me a little bit, I can look up some stuff and see what I can find for you.
Mm-hmm.
But like just to come up with something right then and there, I am still not great at that yet. But I tell them, I'm like, hey, I'm just now getting into it. So give me a little bit and I'll find you what you need.
Maggie, do you have one of the apps on your phone?
No.
Okay. Well, there's a pretty cool app that's when you get to the place where you can have it on your phone, or if you carry one of your tablets with you. It's from Abundant Health for You. It's called a Reference Guide for Essential Oils. And it's really, really handy to have at your fingertips. It's only $6.99. It's a one-time download. And, that way when someone says, well, what should I use orange for? You can look up orange and tell them all the different things they could use it for. Or if someone says to you, I think I pulled a muscle in my back, what would you recommend? And you can pull up.
I got those ones.
Tell them what,
I do massage, so I've got the muscle ones down.
Well, there you go. I was just pulling something random out of the air. Trying to stay relatively compliant since we are recording this.
I think Kimber actually told me about that app once before, or twice, or 5 times.
Pretty handy.
I think, is that the same one that you have?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's a couple different ones, actually. Mine is Reference Guide for
Essential. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one that's the most user-friendly, actually.
Well, see, I think it was at the first time that I met Kimber at her mom's house that she said it, and I keep it in my head that I'm going to get it one day. This phone does not like it.
Cool.
But and that's, that's okay too, just to, to not know. I don't, if people ask me things, I don't know everything. I mean, how many oils do we have, Shelley? What's the
oils? Well, there's 600 plus products.
Okay, that's good enough. There's 600 plus products. So for any of us to know everything about all of our products is impossible. So we're always learning, and we want people to know that if they want to do it also, even as a business, that it's okay for them to be in the learning process also. And so to not know everything is totally fine.
Well, and quite frankly, you don't want to become their medical advisor. So there's a balance between making some recommendations of some things that might be beneficial and teaching them how to, have these reference materials for themselves and look it up for themselves, particularly once they become members of your team. Now, if you're talking to somebody that hasn't, signed up yet, you want to give them information. But I kind of learned the hard way in the beginning, not to be the answer man. Don't call me and ask me what you need for XYZ, because your body's different than mine, and what might work for me might not work for you. And so we all have to learn to become our own healthcare advocates and experiment a little bit and find out what works for us. I mean, do you understand the context that I'm saying that in? Certainly we can do some guiding and directing and that kind of stuff, but we are not the reference materials,
Yeah, good stuff. Maggie, do you want me to, let's see, I do need to come out there. I'm intending on coming out there soon. So maybe we need to get together. Do you have people that you want to have come out for a class?
I think I have 3 that have been asking me quite frequently about things, but it's generally like, what oils do you have today in your purse?
Oh, okay. Well, you're doing good then. Good for you.
Well, and now I got a tiny purse, so I don't have but one oil in it, and it's always stress away right now. So I don't know how good it is. It's a tiny, tiny purse. But I'm trying to get my children to stop putting their stuff in my purse. So me carrying a tiny purse is teaching them to also carry their own stuff or leave it at home.
Good job.
It's as much a punishment for me as it is for them, though.
Okay, well, we'll get together then. We'll get together then and see if there's a time that.
And we are leaving from the 25th of May until like June 10th. I think I'll be back.
Okay.
We are going to Ohio and New York, and I am going with an arsenal of what oils I have, because I have cousins and aunts and uncles that we're going to see, and I'm hoping that maybe I can't get them involved, because I have a couple cousins that are borderline wanting to do oils, but are still kind of on the fence because they don't use them.
Okay.
I mean, one of my cousins, her daughter is ranked 7th in the nation in gymnastics, and I'm like, she needs Panaway in her life.
Yes.
She needs a whole bunch of things in her life, and she uses like the BioFreeze, and she uses those kind of things, and I'm like, oh, when I come, you just don't even know.
Get Maggie, if you have time, get a tube of the Cool Azul Pain Relief Cream.
I can probably do that.
That is your natural equivalent to the Icy Hot.
See,
freeze.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she is not very old, and for her to be using it as often as she uses it, I'm like, you really could try something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I've been thinking, I've got things going on in my head that for each individual cousin that we're going to see, I'm hitting them all with something.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, good.
You know, and you might travel, and Maggie, you might travel with a diffuser, because that'll bring a lot of curiosity too, because at the motel that we were staying at, I was in Vermont this last 3 weeks, and they had used plug-in Glade plugins to,
Yes.
you know, because it's a 50s motel, you know, and it's in Vermont, it's old, but it was real sweet. I mean, you know. And I walked in there and I'm like looking for the Glade plug-in. So I pulled it out, pulled our diffuser out, and I just started doing the diffuser the whole time. And when we left, she had asked Doug, she said, when I went to clean your room, she said, it smelled so good. What did you guys do? And what I did was I left a brochure and a small bottle of lemon with on the table in the room, and just, you know, said thank you, because they were real friendly. They were real helpful to us, and while we stayed there. And so it started curiosity with her. And lemon is like, what, $6, you know? So even if it's just a cheap little oil that you can take, or even little sample bottles with a little bit of information, and leave it your cousins, or run your diffuser in your room or something, then they're like, why do you use that? Because I was like, so she's been interested in the Cool Azul too. And so it just will start the conversation. Once you start the conversation, that's usually your door.